All right. So this is Sins of the Forefather, Rumblings in the Capital, Part 4. Got what players that I can get at the moment. So we got Kate, Alex, and Brendan. You guys want to go ahead? We'll start with Brendan. Go ahead and introduce your character.
Brendan, I'm playing a character that I'm trying to bring up. Phil Real Dalmagon. God, I'm so backwards today. He's a 4th level drow bard, and he is a pacifist who is getting his way with the ladies.
When
they're not killing him. A little bit.
All right. Then we'll go with Alex next.
I'm playing as Leamdor Silverheart, and I'm basically a young warden who's basically set up for failure, but he's going to do what he can to solve this investigation.
You're not set up for failure.
You don't
Okay.
give a cadet a job like this.
All right. Then we have Kai. Go ahead.
So I play a level 4 rogue drow assassin named Kira. Pretty much she's just the interrogator and all-around scared person for the group.
Okay. All right. So you guys get back from vacation and meet back up at one of the other safe houses, and you guys decide to go to one of the houses that burnt down. Besides Vorpals and the professor that was murdered. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had there was a house in the eastern part of the city that burnt down. That's the closest one. You want to head there. It's not a really far walk if you guys want to walk, or if you guys want to take a taxi, or take the newly acquired vehicle.
That one we didn't
The stealth
acquire.
machine.
That was acquired by the other party on Friday.
It's still there though. They don't use it all the time. If you want to use it, it's in the bay. No problem. No.
Well, I don't know how to drive.
Not a stealth one, but a regular vehicle.
I don't know how to drive, so
I'm fine with walking.
I'm good with walking as well.
I'll fly with them on my broom.
It's about an hour walk. That's right. Okay. Either way, you guys get there. So the house is again, it's another one of the older houses. It's 2-story stone building. For the most part, most of the stonework is still up. But anything that was wooden or any other kind of material was burnt down. Did you find a room when you enter the gate on the inside of the wall? That's been carved into the stone. And it is a different room in particular from the other rooms that you guys had in the place. Like, hey, Wardens.
Hi.
Hi. We're just supposed to guard this place until one of you wardens came in and investigated. We don't
What
really
word?
know what the hell we're supposed to guard. Guess from looting. Wardens in particular didn't really give us a name.
You're lagging really bad.
He's just kind of sitting there, like, staring at you guys. Just like, do you need something from me besides guardian?
So, did he have a badge at least?
Yeah, he had a badge. Just, I know there's so many of you. I don't know all of you by name. He didn't give me a name. He just said place needed to be guarded, and they dispatched us to.
Okay.
He's like, He's like, you guys have more information than we do. We just get told to guard somewhere. So
Okay. Right.
he says there's a lockbox over there, with some papers in it that was left. So
All right. Well, thanks for the information. Hopefully, that guy's who
Yep.
he says he is. What do you look like?
warden, human, I think. Yeah, the human warden. He just looked like a normal guy. Just he didn't really have any distinguishing features or anything like that. It's kind of funny because, like, once he was in looking around, you really couldn't hear that he was there. So, and he was by himself, which normally you guys are in groups.
Okay, so basically, you just described a large population of wardens. That's not useful.
He's like,
It was this guy. See,
you guys know the wardens more than I do. I'm just a guard. I get paid to guard places. I don't even walk a beat. We don't even get half the hours the other guards get.
Well, have you looked in the lockbox with all the papers?
Yes. So lockbox has got like a case file in it from where the regular guards had come in and did an investigation to the best of their ability to figure out what happened. It seemed like the fire started from the inside of the house, like around the kitchen area. The one it says the accelerant was household items. And there's no signs of like forced entry. You can tell, and there was two people home at the time, and they seem to think that they might have been deceased before the fire started, but they can't really tell because the bodies were burned up so bad.
This is the professor's house, right?
Huh?
This is the professor's house.
No, this is a different one.
Okay, I was gonna say it because there shouldn't have been anything in there.
No, this is a different house.
Okay.
But you guys want to go to one of the other houses that was burned down.
New.
Is that where you guys wanted to go? Back to the original professor's house?
That's where I wanted to go, but we're here now, so.
Yeah.
We can go there after. Get more information from this house.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. So you start looking around. Go ahead.
so is this house like many of the other houses, made of stone with just wood supports, or?
Yeah. It's one of the older houses in this part of the city.
Okay. And it's not solid stone, so the supports are like in the walls.
Right. This one has a cellar. Actually, pretty good size cellar. That a whole floor of the bottom floor of the house.
Where would it go? Put it in your room. You can save it for another month.
So
How's that?
you're able to, well, the whole floor of the first level has been burnt out. You can see the cellar once you get to like a few feet inside the front doorway.
I guess I'll climb down to the cellar and start looking around.
All right. So you're easily able to climb down. You find some crates and stuff that are still kind of intact. And you're able to kind of jump down, get down there. A lot of wine casks, a lot of dried foods. Well, there were dried foods. You find some old chests and stuff with like clothes and stuff from ancestors and shit like that. They didn't get like destroyed, but the heat damage from the fire had warped some of the chests and stuff.
Okay.
And some stuff that's in there is not usable anymore. But you can tell what it is.
Even though like the first floor is like kind of burned out, can I still do like a search of it?
Yeah, you can roll me investigation.
Oh, not good. Not good at all. 9.
Okay. So you're looking around, and well, you kind of make a round circuit of what floor that is left, which kind of leads you around back close to the kitchen. The floor in the kitchen is completely burnt out, of course. But you're just not able to find anything as you walk around. Seems like the fire had done its duty well and kind of burn out a lot of the floor and some other stuff that was up here. You can see some of the furniture down in the cellar that had fallen from up on the first floor. The second floor seems, as you look up, kind of more intact. I mean, a lot of the wood floor up there is burnt out, but not as much as the first floor.
Do I see
Seems
stairs
like
or something to get up there?
Fire was, huh?
Do I see stairs or anything so I can climb up to the second floor?
Yeah, there's some stairs on one side of the house. You can get up there. I'm gonna have you roll athletics or anything like that. It's a rickety set of stairs, but you can navigate it pretty well. So you get up there. There's a long hallway Of course, a lot of the doors and the walls are burnt out. But you can see there's 2 rooms on the left and 3 smaller rooms on the right. On the left side, you pretty much think that the master bedroom was on that side because there's a pretty good sized room on that side. All right. Phil, why don't you go ahead and roll me an investigation while you're down there?
All right. So that's going to be plus 5.5 million or 6. 20,
But you're still
30,
gonna roll
20.
up.
Nice.
30, 20.
Dirty
Damn
20.
it.
All right. So when you're down there, Phil, you see. Yeah, I know, right? You're down there. You can see that. Well, of course, a lot of the furniture from the floors above had dropped down in here and some other stuff. But part of the wall on one of the sides where wasn't burnt so bad had been caved in, or when you look at it, it looks like it had been beaten in with something really heavy.
Okay.
And it looks like whoever did the mason work on it did a really good job of trying to hide it as part of the support for the house. But as you look in, you can see that there's another like passageway through there, and there's a couple crates on the inside of it.
Yeah, I'm going to crack up. First, I'm going to look to see if there's
Dark
any traps. I do. Superior dark vision from being a
Go ahead
drow.
and roll.
Sheets. No, you can't play with sheets. Go upstairs, bud. That's a very nice headband you have on. It's very pretty. It is. Go upstairs, bud. Very, yeah. I know it's Mama's. Go upstairs, Goofy. Sorry. Yeah, so can I investigate to see if there's any traps?
Yes.
Now I roll a 2. Total of 8.
All right.
Looks fine to me.
So you can't tell. Yeah. But in all actuality, since they caved in the wall there, if there was a trap, it probably would have went off anyways. So kind of works
That's
in
what
your
I go
favor.
for.
There wasn't any trap there. Yeah, as far as you know, there's no trap.
Looks good to me.
Kira, you get up there to the top. Where do you want to head?
Well, head to the.
Because you have.
I have 5 different rooms to look into,
Go ahead.
so I'll head to the 2 sides, the 2 rooms on the left side.
The larger room.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk over on that side. And the first room on the left has a conjoining door to the bigger room. I'm kind of thinking it's probably a servant quarters because it's real Spartan. There's not a lot of furniture in there. It looks like. Of course, the bigger room is got like a huge 4-post bed with curtains on it. Well, they're kind of burnt out now, but you see there's furniture all over the place, and there's a jewelry cabinet. You see there's like a clear like case in there with a bunch of different like knickknacks and things like that. There's a couch, and it looks like, well, it used to be a bar. Maybe see the bottom part of it where the top part had burnout or whatnot, with a large slab of like marble that had fallen to the ground. It's almost falling through the floor, but it's just kind of hanging on there. On the left side, it just looks like three regular rooms. Actually, the middle one is like a bathroom. It looks like, and with two conjoining doors on either side. So maybe it's like old kids' quarters or children or whatnot. For the look of the layout on the bottom floor, it's just a lot of like entertaining rooms. You know, there's a room with a billiards table, and there's a room with like bar and a bunch of couches, and there's a huge dining room and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, you want to go to the big room?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. All right. So, roll me an investigation for the large room, Kira.
Please don't roll low. Not bad.
What'd you get?
16.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so you get in there. You can tell there's some signs of like of the furniture being moved around a lot, as if they were trying to. Where the fire came up, it came up on one side of the room over towards where the servant quarters was, and it looks like a lot of the furniture was being pushed over that way, so that way it wasn't on the one good corner. Right where the bed is, like the floor is like almost perfect. Yeah, I mean, almost as if somebody had stopped the fire before it gutted the total house out, but it didn't save it completely. You do see marks of like almost kind of like it looks like cold damage, that are heading away from the bed area. Roll me an Arcana check.
17.
All right. Yeah, so you could definitely tell that it's probably like a ray of frost or something like that, or some kind of cold ray. More likely it's probably ray of frost because those are pretty easy to be taught. And it had raked across the floor, I guess, to try and put out the fire. Now that you look at it, you see those marks kind of like all over the room where they've been, or maybe they would push the flames back away from the corner of the house there where the bed was. So they seemed like somebody woke up and was fighting the fire somewhat. The two bodies that were found across the hallway, though, in adjoining rooms with the bathroom. Even though the person that was in the room, I think they believe they were. I think they died of smoke inhalation, but were resurrected. But the bodies of the two in the other rooms were too badly burned. The family decided not resurrect him. Liam, what are you doing?
So we already read the notes that the other warden had, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't mention anything about the cellar, though. They were kind of dismissive, kind of like, well, it was a fire, blah, blah, blah. Kind of seemed like whatever warden had done it had done like a half-ass kind of job. They're just like, oh, it was a fire. What do you want? Yeah, I mean,
All right. I'm gonna call Intel.
but you being a detective. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I need the name of the warden who is looking at the building at this address, and I'll
Oh,
give him the address of the building.
she says, hold on, let me check. Ah, okay. Well, his name is Marlboro. He's not one of our best wardens, but he does an adequate job most of the time. He's a human, kind of nondescript. Why? What's going on? You finding something?
Well, this is one of the buildings that burned down during the explosions across the city, and he just broke it down to what appears to be just a simple fire, even though the building is made of stone. And he is missing a lot of details, such as I'm going to be like looking in Philrell and Kira, kind of watching them go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, pretty much.
To the cellar. I'm gonna say he
Pretty
didn't
much
even
the
know
entire
that
cellar was missed.
Yeah, he didn't mention a cellar or any of the damage done to the building.
Ah, okay.
He also didn't bother to give the
On a
guards
scale,
a name.
okay. So you half-assed it.
Yeah, hard.
All right.
Yep.
Huh. There's got to be a reason for that. I'll get him in here, unless you want me to send him to you.
We're investigating the place right now.
Just as okay. Well, I'll send for him and get him in the office. I'll let the boss know.
I'll keep in touch and I'll send you any updates.
All right. She pops out.
So while everyone else is looking at the cellar and the upstairs, I want to check the walls because they said there was no forced entry,
All
but
right.
we already know that they have alternate means of breaking into places that isn't through the front door.
True.
And with my bonus, I got a modified 20.
Huh. All right. So you start walking the walls on the outside of the house, just because it's easier to get to. Some of the parts of the wall on the inside have been burnt out. And behind some bushes, you find a hole in the wall, similar to the original murder's house, where it's been bored through.
All right.
And this one leads to the kitchen area.
And the fire would have killed any of those snake lines that would have been there before. The bodies are still here.
No, the two bodies of the children have been taken to mortars.
Bless you.
They've been taken to the company that handles the family's, like, it's a mortuary basically. Handling the family's deaths for the last 10 generations or whatever.
I need to see those bodies. See if it's the same cause of death as.
But they're there. Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to Philrill since he's technically my partner.
Okay. Right.
And I'll say, I gotta check the morgue. I want to investigate the two bodies. You good to be left with Kira?
Yeah, we're good. You have that broom. You should be able to get there pretty quick.
All right. I'll go tell Kira, and I'll go up to the bottom of the steps and I'll say, "Hey, Kira,
Yeah.
I'm going to the morgue to check out the bodies. I have a sneaking suspicion that this case is similar to what happened to the professor about a week ago."
Okay.
So I'll leave you here with Philrill.
Okay.
Don't let him do anything funny with you.
Okay.
I'm slightly
Don't
more
think you'd want
professional
to.
than that. And I can hear you.
Don't think you'd want to do anything, but
All right.
okay.
I'll get out my broom and I'll say,
The
I gotta go. I'm gonna fly away.
all right. Okay. So, let's see. Just we'll go back. We'll jump back up to the room up there. So, you rolled a 16 up there, right, for investigation?
Yes.
Kai? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, you start looking around. You do see on the floor, like remnants of chalk. It looks like it'd been like scraped away. You also see 4 holes in the wood. That are like they're like positioned in like the 4 corners of the bedposts, like right on the outside of the bed, like on the floor, as if somebody had put holes down right there to hold something. And as you get looking at the sheets on the bed, you can tell that there's rips in them and actually cuts. But the sheets are clean and stuff like that, so you don't really see anything out of the ordinary, like just from looking at it and stuff.
Hmm.
A couple of cuts are centered around the center of the bed.
So I like think somebody attacked the person.
Kind of like if something was jabbed into the bed in a downward motion, but there's no blood that you can see.
Can I throw the sheets off the bed?
Yeah. You pull those sheets off the bed. You see the mattress. You see there's kind of a hollow in the mattress. Like as if that's where they sleep all the time, but there's a lot it seemed like there might have been a lot of weight in the center of it.
Do we know whose house this is yet? Was it in the notes?
No.
Yeah. It was well, yes. It's in there, but I just never put out the name.
Oh. He was so lazy he didn't even
Like
know
I have
who died
information
here.
from my side.
Who
Huh?
the fuck lived here?
No, it was an odd couple. It was a halfling married to a human female. The halfling is away at business. And his name is Buttery Jack. And her name is Margaret Jack. Yes, Buttery Jack.
Okay.
And they're, I guess we wouldn't know who their kids are.
Well, the daughter's name is Savory, and the boy's name was Graceland.
Sorry, what was his name? Graceland?
Graceland.
Grayson. Okay.
It's like if you spell Grease with a L-I-N. That works.
Well, it makes sense that they were killed by fire. They just melt.
Light on fire themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're smaller than normal children, but they had a mix of the two. It's kind of weird. Anyways, now that you look, did you leave the notes here, or did you? Yeah, Prodigy, don't you remember that?
No, I don't have Prodigy.
Okay, what's your intelligence?
14.
Okay. What about your wisdom?
13. I don't know why I'm the intelligence character. I think I have the highest, but I don't know how I got here.
Your intelligence
Well,
is
you're
like
already gone.
Uh,
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, mine's 13,
What was
14.
that?
So 13. Mine is intelligence 13, wisdom 14. I don't know.
mine's intelligence 14, wisdom 15.
There you go.
What?
She's the smart one.
Yeah, this is your job now. Have fun.
I'm the interrogator. You guys have fun with the paperwork.
Okay, so so yeah, you can tell that there was a lot of weight put right in the center of the bed, and there is holes. that you're pretty sure were made by an aged weapon in the center of the bed.
Still no blood or anything, though?
But in the report, it said that the woman had died from smoke inhalation.
Hmm.
Interesting. Roll me an
Is
insight.
that all that looks really out of place in the bedroom now?
What was that?
According to the report? According to the report, is that only everything that looks like it shouldn't in the report?
The bed? They didn't say anything about the bed. They said it was clean. They found the woman on the bed.
Huh.
And that she had smoke around her nose and her mouth, or it looked like she had suffocated from smoke inhalation. They listed the children dying from massive burns all over their body. And it didn't seem like they had any. It's almost as though the fire had run all the way through the house. It did so fast that it cooked them. But you know from the nature of fire that it normally doesn't happen that way, unless it's like got a really, it's got a lot of accelerant behind it to make it burn through a house like that fast. Especially an old house like this with old thick timbers and stuff like the floors and stuff like that. Let's have roll me an insight.
Roll what, sorry?
Insight.
$13.
All right. Even though it's not as high as, you can still tell that there's something fishy with the bed. You just can't pinpoint it. So I'm gonna let you think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Phil,
Yup.
so you find a hole in the wall.
Oh yeah. I found a hole. I'm gonna have to fill it. Sorry, man. I really maybe he does have the right impression about me.
Oh,
No,
boy.
To work on
just
that.
old military. That's normal.
Anyway,
That's what I talk.
so Phil is gonna go ahead and check out the hole, see what's in there, some crates, see what's in the crates.
All right, so you go through the hole, and you look through the crate. You find a mask, with a purple dot right in the center of the face. It's kind of like and the purple dot has got like a black outline. Kind of reminds you of that tattoo or what now that you had found on that one suspect. After you had learned that it was they follow Shar. So it looks like the symbol of Shar, but on the mask itself. So it's like a porcelain mask. Okay, it's got the symbol of Shar present and forward right in the center, and it kind of takes up the majority of the front of the mask. And on the top part of the mask, it looks like it has like black tendrils that kind of come off of it, kind of like as if there was like really long black feathers, kind of sort of, but they're like tendrils in a way. But it's made out of porcelain. It's just the way it's painted.
Okay.
And the mask, you cast spells, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana. Roll for me.
Ooh, Arcana. Gonna be a 17.
You can definitely tell this mask has got some magic to it. And that it's
Well, so
necromantic in
if it
nature.
looks vaguely magical, then I'll just cast Detect Magic, which I can do at will.
Okay. Yeah, so you do your magic. Yeah, you definitely detect magic. And you can tell it's from the school of necromancy.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell you exactly what it does. It just tells you the kind of school that it's
Okay.
predominantly from.
So I'm going to use my mage hand to pick it up. Is there anything else around that looks magical while I've got Detect Magic up?
Mm-hmm. So, in the same chest or crate, find the mask. You find a set of robes, which have, again, the large symbol of Shar in the front of it. And the robes are made out of silk. They look really kind of expensive. I mean, even for being old, kind of seem expensive in a way. And you find a pair of like silk slippers. We find some stockings, some undergarments. You find a wicked kind of looking dagger. But the weird part of it is that instead of having like a pointy blade, it has like a round blade. Kind of like a chakram. If you know what one of those are, well, I'm pretty sure you know what
Yeah.
it's kind of like a chakram in a way. But instead of a chakram where you just hold the round part of the blade to use it or whatnot, it's actually got an actual handle to it. So it looks kind of like a pizza cutter in a way. Okay. Except the blade doesn't spin. All right. But the blade is rounded and it's inlaid with it's painted in the symbol of Shar. You can definitely tell from the look of the blade that there's scrapes on it where it's been used to thrust downward a lot.
Okay. Is that magical?
It does give off a faint aura, sort of. Is way weaker than the mask.
Okay.
But it is necromantic in nature also. And lastly, you find a journal, a leather-bound journal. This has magic on it. There's a pretty decent, powerful ward on it, which has you tell that has like a fiery nature to it. So
Okay. What would I roll to see if the dispel magic that I have, my racial dispel magic, if that would get rid of it without destroying it? Or would I just know that?
I think you would have to identify it
Yeah, don't have that spell.
to see what it is.
So
I mean, you can cast dispel magic on it.
yeah, but I don't want to
certain-
destroy it.
Yeah.
Because if I set the ward off by casting magic,
How does that work?
yeah.
Alejandro. Is he there? Alex,
But
off the top of your head, how does dispel magic work? Do you have to roll a DC or like
If
versus the caster's
the-
DC that originally made it?
if the spell level required to make the item is less than 3, it'll just dispel it. If it's more than that, it will require a DC check against the spell's level.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, yeah, then you would be able to dispel it.
yeah, but I don't know how he's casting the spell magic because I thought we were still level 4.
Racial. We are.
Yeah,
It's I took Drow High Magic.
yeah. Thank you for getting that. I'll be
Thank
right back.
you, Brendan. All right.
Yeah, I got Fairy Fire as a
right.
racial, Levitate as a racial, Dispel as a racial, and Detect Magic as a racial.
That's fantastic.
No
Makes me
ritual
wanna play
casting
Drogo.
for me.
That's pretty cool. How many times can you cast it?
Once a day for each of those.
That's not bad.
So no, so Fairy Fire, Dispel Magic, and Levitate once a day, and then Detect Magic at will, which saves time. But as and it's all based off charisma. So playing a bard, it's just win.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to do the dispel?
Yes, I will. I'd like to dispel the magic that is currently on the journal.
Okay. So you dispel it, and as you cast it, this fiery swirl kind of erupts out of it, but is contained, and then it just kind of swirls until it dissipates. And as you finish, you see that a rune, a fire rune on it, just kind of is like highlighted in like fiery kind of light, and it just kind of just shatters and just dissipates, and you're able to look inside the book.
Excellent. I will sit down on the edge of the crate and start reading.
Okay. What languages do you know?
Not enough. Uh, trying to find my languages. Common, Elvish, Undercommon, and Abyssal.
Okay, it's not written in any of those languages.
Alrighty. Yeah, so I'll just chuck it in my pocket and gather up the other things with Mage Hand, just kind of pull them out, carry them up to the first floor, and set them off to the side.
Okay. All right. So as you're
That way I don't have to touch them.
heading, yeah, as you're using Mage Hand to push them through the hole, something grabs you from behind, pulls you back in. Make a strength contest check.
So contested strength or athletics?
Either way.
Seven.
Oh no.
Nice. They rolled a nat 20. Okay. So whatever it has you,
So
it's
as I'm
got you
pushing the thing.
Uh-huh.
So as I'm pushing it out, something grabs me from behind, and I scream like a little girl, like, and immediately lose my
What
shit.
the hell is that?
Can't focus, not thinking. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's got me!
This is why I love playing with this guy, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so
I have more fun with my failures than anyone else.
it's all for the flavor, man. All for the flavor. So, Kira, you're upstairs. You're looking at this bed more closely. Okay. And you're like, huh. So you jump up top and you use a dagger to cut the mattress open a little bit. And you're just getting into where you're pushing the feathers apart, and you start seeing red. And that's when you hear him scream.
That does not sound good. I'll be back, bed. I go run
Right.
downstairs.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's got me! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And continue running until I catch up to him.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh.
No, you're good.
Okay, so you get pulled in about 5 or 10 feet back, and
Oh, and I
you're
have my short sword
slammed
out.
against the wall.
I do have my short sword out.
All right. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
man, this is a great time to be me right now.
Oh fuck yeah!
Is there
24.
one? Oh, okay.
Fucking 24.
You thought he was gonna crit fail, huh?
That's what I usually do. It's what I'm good at.
That's just fine. Man.
15.
Okay. Give me a sec. I gotta find my damn pencils that I had last night. You know, when you leave somebody's house from RPG and you just start stuffing shit everywhere in your backpack. I gotta find. The bad thing is when you got a backpack, it's got fucking pockets everywhere. Just fuck. Where did I put it? They put it there. I put it there. I didn't leave it. Ouch. Well, maybe I did. Oh, that's fine. Damn, son, you got a good ass roll.
Hells yeah.
Okay. What'd you get? I guess
What did I get?
15. Get a month's roll. A dirty 20. This is gonna be great.
Miss you guys already.
Okay, so you are slammed against the wall there, Philly. And he's gonna attempt to slam you against the wall, anyways. Which he doesn't. He moves you to slam your head against the wall, but your face grazes the wall really close, and you're like, holy shit. All right. So, but that's his yeah. So it'll be your turn, Phil. You can attempt to break
His surprise
grapple.
No, I'm not going to attempt to break grapple. I'm going to. Cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Huh?
Two guys walk into a bar. The third one ducks.
Would you?
And then he pats the monster's arm or his own chest to make the da-da-dump and casts the spell. So it's a DC 15. I think it's a wisdom save.
All right. He doesn't make it.
He is prone and laughing.
Is that a charm?
Yeah, I think so.
And he does have an intelligence above 4, right?
If it's a charm, he's immune.
Uh,
Yeah.
Nope, not a charm.
Okay. All right. Well then, yeah, he's laughing.
Yep,
And
he is
on the
laughing
ground,
his ass
laughing.
off. He is
But
laying down, incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration. He gets another save at the end of each of his turns.
okay. So as it drops you and it falls to the ground laughing, which is making like a kind of sound. As you look down, you see this it looks like a fucking frog, but standing upright in a way. Well, it's on the floor, but this guy's fat belly and it just doesn't really look too cool. If you want to roll a nature check, you can check on it. See if you
I
can
would
find
love
what it
to
is.
roll a nature check. All right, nature. What is your nature? Nat 20, so a total of 23.
All right. So you know what this thing is called, what they call a banderhob. It's a evil large monstrosity. You know that they're made by hags, and it's basically like a big ugly monstery fucking toad that eats people. But you know these things are made for a specific reason. Um, so they don't just live without they have a duty to perform, and then until their existence is whenever they fulfill that duty, then they disappear or they die or whatever.
Good time.
But
Good
this
times.
thing's fucking like laughing on the ground. Oh, this motherfucker's beefy. Yeah, don't get hit by this fucker.
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
All right. So it's turn, right?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, so he gets
Yep.
another wisdom save. All right,
does.
it fails this one also. So it's still laughing on the
Perfect.
ground. And so there'll be Kira's turn. So Kira, you get down there. You hear him screaming, and then you hear this kind of noise coming from inside the hole, and you get in, look inside, and Phil is right by the hole, like kind of like watching this thing, and you see this fucking ugly ass monster frog just like laughing its ass off on the ground. You still have about 10 feet of movement.
I just go, what is going on?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Stop.
Oh my god. I was walking out of the room and this thing grabbed me and it's okay he's laughing right now, but we don't want to be here when he stops laughing. Do you have a rope or some way to restrain this dude?
I do. I do have rope.
Sweet, because the only rope tying skills I've got are used for. Let's not talk about what the rope
Don't
tying skills I
finish
have
that
are used
sentence.
for.
All right, so just make me a fucking roll with proficiency and dex added to it.
Proficiency and dex?
And I will give you bardic inspiration.
D6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. +4. So +6.
I believe I can believe you. I believe you can tie a good knot.
So 14, 20, dirty 20.
All right. All right. So you succeed in tying this thing up. It's really fucking strong. It's a strong ass fucking monster because it's fighting you the whole way, but because it's laughing so hard, it really can't really do anything to fight against it as much. But you're able to fucking pin it. You put your foot down on the back of its head, roll it over, and you're able to hog tie it as best as you can. But you could definitely feel the. That's what you're gonna get for your turn. Unless you have that'll take your all your actions.
That's fine.
So you have a bonus action if there's
I'm so
one.
glad I believe in you.
Yeah, just gonna leave it here. Or what do you guys
No.
want to do now?
I think, is the guard still here? Is the other guard still here?
You haven't heard from him for a while. But you look back out the hole. It is technically your turn. So if you want to look at the hole, you can. Phil.
I'd like to use the communicator to call for assistance.
Okay. So you call for assistance, and one of the guards pops his head over inside the house. I'm like, well, we heard some screaming, but we just kind of figured you guys were just, reacting to what happened, sort of. He's like, what's going on?
There's a fucking Vanderhop down here! That's what's going on!
He's like,
Would you
yeah,
calm down?
I'm a guard. I don't get paid enough to deal with giant frog monsters, so
Wait, you knew
that's all
about
you
it?
guys. And he points at you guys. He's like, that's all you guys.
Did you know about it before we told you?
About what? That
The
thing?
frog thing.
No.
All right.
I didn't know there was a frog thing in there. I don't even know what's over here. I just stand at the gate. And I'm going to go do that again. Just a little bit further away this time. And he walks off.
Absolutely useless.
They're renegades. They're not even regular guards. They're just paid to guard. That's all they do. They don't arrest people.
Phil
or
real
anything like
needs
that.
a
They don't
drink.
have any powers. Yeah. Yeah, so
He's fucking shaking. He's the only drow that's mildly afraid of the dark now.
Oh, give it up.
yeah,
You'll be fine.
yeah, this thing it seems to understand you, but it's still laughing its ass off. But
Should we try to talk to it after it stops laughing?
are you done with turn, Phil?
Yeah, I just need somebody to help us get it out of the basement. We can interrogate it later.
They understand common and whatever language was that the creator had given it or spoke, but it doesn't speak. It's just a monster.
So we'll need
It's
like
like a
a
hag's
detect
version
thoughts or
of
telepathy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not stupid. They're not stupid creatures. They're basically the
Non-verbal.
fucking large.
Hag's enforcer.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what they are. I mean, they're made to be either a thug, a thief, or a kidnapper. But in those three job descriptions, they can do other two. So, but it rolls still laughing. So, Kira, it's your turn.
Yes.
Yeah, by this point, you can see like it's kind of like biting his tongue a little bit.
What else
What
did
do
you
you-
find down here?
What do you guys want to
I'm
do?
ignoring the
Look,
frog.
I may not be much good in a fight, but I'm really, really good at a couple things. One of those things we don't talk about, but the other thing is casting spells, and I'm pretty damn good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why he's still here, and that's why I found the magic mask, and this looks like a ritual dagger for whatever Sharites use ritual daggers for.
Hmm. So what are we gonna do about this frog thing? Because, like, either we kill it or we take it somewhere.
That is absolutely the options we have. I can tell you for certain that I'm not going to kill it.
So, Liam, you're heading to where you're heading to.
The morgue. Or the mortuary. Where the bodies were delivered to.
You get there, and you go inside. The attendant is it's kind of a dumb looking half orc. Which is kind of funny because you're like, how the hell did a half orc get this job? But he says, all right, what do you need?
Right. I need to see 2 bodies. I'm with the wardens.
He's like, oh, and he stands up a little straighter. He says, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll show my
Yeah.
badge. And I'll say,
He says, oh, yeah, looks official.
looking for the Jack family. Looking for a daughter and son. And a human female.
He says, oh, yeah. And he looks around a little bit like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah. And he pulls this big book, puts it on the counter. He says, I gotta find him first. And he opens it up and he starts going through the pages. But he's going really slow. Because you can tell he's not the smartest thing. He says, all right, they were brought in the other day. He says, and he looks and he's trying to find like a storage location, I guess. He says, oh, okay. So he says, come on. And he walks you down the hall. To where there's the storage area is for the bodies. And it's a little bit cooler in here. You know, it kind of seems like there's an enchantment to keep the area cold. Because you can see your breath. And he says, yeah, it's number 12, 13, and 14 over there. He says, I'm going back to my desk.
Has any professionals looked at these bodies yet?
He's like, I don't know. I work night shifts.
But it's the middle of the day.
Wait, is it day?
It's day.
You see, he kind of gets a little mad. He's like, he tricked me again. Damn it. And by that time, a doctor walks in. He says, Grump, what? He says, you gotta stop letting people in here for no reason. He's like, but he's official.
Yeah, I'm kind of
It's
a
like-
warden.
The doc-
And here on unofficial business.
and he says, can I see your credentials, please?
I'll give him my badge. And I'll pull out any relative paperwork that I might have for it.
You just show your badge.
Yeah,
It's really hard to get a fucking warden badge. She says, Warden. She says, apologies. Grump, go back to the desk, please. He says, oh, okay. I'm gonna go back to the desk. So he goes back to the desk really slowly. He's like, he puts his hand up. He says, sorry. We pay him really cheaply. He's not the smartest thing in our staff, but he is able to help when people get kind of stupid, get upset about dead people. He says, locker 12, 13, and 14.
Yeah.
I think that's the jack on there, I believe. He says, yeah, we haven't been able to perform a proper autopsy yet, but they should still be in there. And if you want, I could go through it right now. And we can,
Well,
know.
the sooner the better.
I have the time. Sorry?
The sooner the better. I'm in the middle of an investigation and I need to know their cause of death.
He says, well, here. He goes and he opens up the 3 doors. The first 2 are the children. They're covered by a sheet, so you can't see what exactly they look like. But when he opens the 3rd one, he starts pulling it halfway, and halfway up, the hand of the woman reaches out and grabs him by the neck. Roll initiative.
What the fuck?
Yes, Alex, I got you by yourself, motherfucker. No, just playing. Just playing. No, she is not deceased yet.
So she's just a very fucking pissed off and cold woman.
All right, well, you go first because she rolled like a 3. Anyways, so at the moment, she is holding this gentleman by the neck.
All right, I'm going to. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on her.
Okay.
Will a 16 hit? Or
Well, so she is. Oh, 16. Yeah, either one will hit. She is without apparel at the moment.
she will take 8 electricity damage.
So that makes her a little upset. And she looks at you.
Let's say, stop what you're doing.
Is I'm about to ruin. Brendan knows I'm going there. Anyways,
I tell the guy to run.
I'm finding the page. Hold on. Give me a second. You know what song I was going to there, Brendan?
No, I didn't hear it. I was telling the dog to get off the bed. What'd you say?
So yeah. I have to tone that down a little bit for you there, dude. Yeah, so it's okay. Anyways, so you shocking grasp her for 8. And she kind of screams a little bit, a little mad. And her skin is pale. She's got claws. You see see that she jumps up. She pushes herself all the way out from the storage thing, and she's like kind of like she's kind of squatted down and like looking at you. Her eyes are red, and she's got fangs, and she's real pallid looking.
We don't want to hurt you.
So she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I just want that which is flowing through your veins right now."
All right. That would be a good cue to bonus action my Dragon's Breath. And I'm going to pick fire.
Okay.
And that will be my
Okay.
turn. So she doesn't get a reaction this turn, so I tell the guy to run away.
Oh, she still has him in her grip. He's like got it in both of his hands and like shaking her hand, but he's a commoner, so like he has like a 10 strength, so he's not that cool. Actually, I'll roll a. Oh wow. He actually goes right after you. I'll put him in the initiative order too.
So hopefully he runs away.
Run,
Or
motherfucker,
hopefully he can get away.
Yeah, so he uses his turn to try and break free from her. Yeah, she has got his ass with a like iron grip. He is not going anywhere. So that's his turn. Her turn. Oh, sorry. You weren't finished with your turn, were you?
No, I'm done. I bonus action, use my cantrip as my main action. And I didn't move.
Okay. He went. Okay, for her attack. She is going to try and backhand you. 15 hit.
That will miss.
All right, so she tries to backhand you and misses, and then with her other hand, she is she's gonna bite the fucking doc, or try to bite him with a 12. Yeah, she's gonna hit him. She bites him. So he takes. Yeah, okay. So yeah, she bites the shit out of his neck. And he's like squirting blood. And then she just kind of like throws him on the ground. She's like, "You're next, but it's your turn."
All right. I'm going to pull up my cloak. And I'm going to use my Dragon's Breath. She has to make a dexterity throw DC 15 or DC 14.
I bought that motherfucker washer. And that dryer.
16.
Okay, she takes half of 6, so that's 3. And as my bonus action, I'm going to rally myself for a total of 8 temporary hit points.
Fucking disturb a piece of my house.
And I'm going to actually make my way to the front entrance. But I'm not going to leave.
So you just kind of like backing up.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So for Doc, he's still kind of gurgling right now. But you see a flash of light and he hears "Rah!" and he firebolts her ass for 10. His dying breath for 1 point of fire damage. And she's like, and then her turn. She runs out of the room and she runs toward you and she attacks you. First attack, claw, is going to miss with a 10. And then she is going to try and claw you again. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
She has disadvantage to attack me. Sorry, from the cloak of displacement.
Okay. Okay, well, the next one would have been 25, so she still hits you with a 22. All right. So 5. Yes. So you take 8 points of slashing damage.
Well, there goes my rally.
But she's going to, instead of doing the damage, she's going to grapple you by your coat. Which is... Okay. Your turn. You can escape. DC is 13.
Okay. That's not too hard for me. That's... If it's just plain dexterity, it's 15. 17 if it's acrobatics.
Either one will work. So you're able to like smack her hand off of your fucking, like she's holding your coat or your cloak or whatnot, and then yeah, and then you're able to break free of her. What do you want to do?
All right.
You are probably about 20 feet away from the door.
I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp. That's a 18.
That'll hit.
That's for 2 damage. I'm not getting good rolls. Might be here for a while.
Okay.
And since it takes out her reaction, I'm going to move in front of the door.
You're not gonna go through the door, but you're gonna move in front of it.
Actually, I'll go through the door and stand on the other side of it.
All right. So, like how far? You just like 5 feet out, or 10 feet out, or
5 feet.
okay. All right. So her turn. She fucking runs you, and she runs at you, and she lunges at you. And as the sun hits her, it starts frying her fucking skin. She starts yelling, but she's already jumping at you. So she's gonna try and tackle you, which she doesn't. Which with her jumping and then she starts frying, her bucket body movement from the pain makes her kind of shift in a different way, and you just kind of sidestep a little bit, and she just falls on the ground outside in a ball, and she's screaming. She takes 20 points of radiant damage. Ouch. And she's at disadvantage from attack and ability checks while she's in the sunlight. Okay, it's your turn.
Now realizing what she truly is, and me not wanting her to get away, I am going to grapple her.
Okay.
I do not have athletics as a skill, but with my strength, I got a total of 17.
All right. That works. She rolled a 3. So that's no, and she's at disadvantage. So you got her. Basically, what do you want to do? Like jump on her back and just hold her?
I'm gonna actually try and move her closer to the window, so that more light can get at her.
Oh, you guys are outside.
Oh, then fuck yeah, we're staying out here.
Yeah, like you were standing in the doorway. She didn't know because she's a brand new fucking vampire. Okay. So she jumped out at you into the sunlight and tried to tackle you that way. But then she's out there in the middle of the street in the sun, like full sun. So that's why I was kind of figuring like you would jump on her back and just kind of hold her.
Yep.
Is that kind of like would you? Okay. Yeah, so you just kind of jump on her back and you're just holding her there. So her turn, she starts out taking another 20 points of damage.
I think I'm gonna actually, before my turn ends, I'm gonna drop the Dragon's Breath, and I'm gonna use my Magic Initiate to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And that will be my turn. So
Yeah, normally she would regenerate, but since she's in the sunlight, she can't do shit. So she's gonna try and attempt to break out of your grasp at disadvantage. And she rolled less than 10.
I got 19.
Yeah, so you're holding on to her. So it is your turn again. So she is freaking out like crazy.
And I could go all out and try to use my Broom of Flying with her, but I think I'm just going to stay in the spot. And I'm just going to say, tell me what you know. How did you become a vampire?
It's like, I just woke up like this. What do you expect? And she's screaming. She has no idea. He's like, I'm supposed to be alive. Still like my children, but I'm so thirsty. And she's like trying to like nip at your arms. That is while you're holding her and stuff. But at the same time, she's freaking out because she's in the sun. You see her skin is starting to like burn off and like peel, and you can see her bone muscle and shit. Yeah. Well, you know. Anyways, yeah. So what is that? What you do for? That's what she does for her turn. Is try to break free.
Yeah, I keep holding her there. I try getting information from her.
Okay. Well, roll me an insight.
16.
All right. She has no clue. From what you're guessing, she's a brand new vampire spawn. She has no idea that she's a vampire. All she knows is that she has a hunger that she's got to satisfy. and she's apeshit because her kids are gone and blah blah blah, and all she knows is that fucking you and the doc disturbed her sleep, and she is extremely thirsty for blood. Um,
Do I see any bite marks on her while she's disintegrating, or?
yeah, you can see it like on her neck. You see bite marks,
All right.
which is odd because the way that it seemed like that she was killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But roll me an investigation roll.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that because I only rolled a 2. Uh, 8 modified 20.
Okay, so the puncture wounds on her neck look fairly recent, and you know that the bodies have been in here for a few days. So you're thinking that okay, well you're thinking that maybe she really wasn't dead when they pulled her out of the house. Maybe she was just in a coma or some shit. They pronounced her dead, but they thought that she was dead. That could just be something. That could be a spell effect or something. You're
Well,
thinking,
she was a vampire, so there'd be no way
Yeah.
for them to tell.
so you're thinking that, she finally just woke up. If she is, last thing she remembers is she was a mom, and now she's got this red thirst going on with her. I'm really not sure if there's a cure for vampirism in fucking D&D. I'm sure there probably is. But
There
at this
used to
point,
be in 5e. There is,
yeah.
but it was a bit complicated. You had to kill them first, and then you had to resurrect their souls.
Oh. Well, yeah, right now that's not going to happen. Yeah, so that's basically what you kind of get from it. So it begins... if your turn is over from holding her, I mean, that's why you had your roll insight, because she doesn't know shit. She just knows that she's a vampire. She doesn't actually. She don't even know that. So her turn comes around, and the radiant sun finally just burns the rest of her skin off, and she just kind of melts in your hand into ash. But like right at the end, she's just like, my children, and then she's gone in a pile.
So after she turns to ash, I'm going to scoop up as much of it as I can into a parchment,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna say, "No wonder all the adults around here need a drink."
Yeah, and there's like a huge crowd of people watching because you just burst out of a building, and then this vampire came out, and she's just like got white light coming off of her and bone and also her gory shit, and they're just like watching you. Some of the women are like got their hands over their face like in horror, like, oh my god, did you see that? He burned this woman alive. Another guy's like, no, she was a monster. Didn't you see her eyes? And you just hear a bunch of different stuff within the crowd.
So once I pick up the ashes, I'm gonna look to everyone. I'm gonna say, "There's nothing left to see here. Just go on your way. I'm gonna call this in and make sure it's thoroughly investigated by other wardens."
Okay. Low key, never. All right. Do you head back in?
Yeah, I head back in, and I close the door behind me.
Right. So you find the doc And he is being fed on by the two children as they are extremely well burnt and they look like horrible little husks of children. But they're feeding on them.
I open the door again.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
they
hit my
see,
pen.
uh,
Kira, Bilril could use a little help here.
Yeah,
Or
tell me
any
about
other
it.
nearby wardens.
We can use help here too. What's your issue?
Vampire family.
We have a frog.
What the fuck is that a problem?
Don't ask me. Ask the
It's not.
screaming little girl.
You know, I thought maybe we could keep this between the two of us. We have a
Really?
Banderhob. Banderhob.
What's the heck's a Banderhob? And I'm gonna like go outside
Basically, a
and
giant
is there a
frog.
window?
yeah. So you fucking head outside and you're standing right around the same area you were before. And you can see the kids fucking running along the wall towards you. And they get by the sunlight and fucking they shriek and kind of jump back a little bit as their hands are burnt. And they just kind of like, like hyenas like watch you when you see like a show when they tape them at night. Their heads are low and their eyes are like gleaming and shit, and they're just kind of like watching you, swaying back and forth. That's what these two kids are doing. And then you hear a voice in the building, "What the fuck?" And you see down the hallway, another doctor is like standing in the hall, looking in the doorway where the morgue is, and the two kids fucking turn their heads a little unnaturally, and then they look back at you, smile, and then they take off towards the person.
I'm gonna actually call in like the entire wardens now.
Okay. You call them just like over the net.
Yeah. Gonna be like, we got 2 vampire spawns in the morgue. Then there's no one inside with them. We need vampire slayers immediately.
All right. So you're watching as this man in there is being torn limb from limb and sucked dry, and a transport lands right in front of you, and 12 heavily armored fucking clerics jump out and run inside with stakes and fucking shit like that.
I give them a quick description. 2 children. Don't know if they're proper vampires or just spawns.
They're like, all right, take care of it. Thank you. And you see they got like some of them got Pelor's fucking crest on them. Some of them got like Saloon. Some of them got Tempest, but with the majority of them, probably about 6 or 7 of them got Pelor's fucking crest on them. And they run in, and you just start seeing bright flashes as they start like bombarding the things, and you just hear crashes and shit. And it takes about 6 to 7 rounds finally, and they get everything under control.
I'm going to check the doctor's body.
Okay, so you go and you check the doc's body. He's got 2 really gruesome looking bite marks on his arms, where the kids had just bit on his arms and just started pulling out his blood. He is definitely dead, but you're just not sure if he's been infected with vampirism or not.
I'm
really
just
sure
gonna
how.
keep hitting him with a ray of frost until I'm gonna take off any personal effects like his ID and stuff. But I'm just gonna keep hitting him with ray of frost until he shatters and melts.
Okay. Yeah, one of the clerics, kind of like watching you from the doorway, and he's like, makes sense. He turns. He says, "We're all cleaned up here. We'll dispose of the bodies.
Yeah,
Not here, though."
yeah. I'm going to report to our head
That's fine.
once I return to my team.
Yep. He says, if you come across this stuff again, call out for Sergeant Pyre.
Well, if you guys are, do you know anything about Banderhass? Some sort of frog monster?
Vanderhobbs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things are fucking nasty things. They're made by hags. They usually
We got one inside the cellar of the house we were investigating.
oh, it's.
I can take you there if you are up to
He
it.
says, "Yeah." He's like, "Come in, jump in." He takes you over to the transport, and he's like, we got one more stop." He says, "Head over to what's the address again?" And you give him the address, and pilot takes off. Doesn't take too long. You guys get there. So you two are like sitting there arguing about what the hell you're gonna do with the Vanderhob. And you hear air transport land, and you're soon joined by 12 heavily armored clerics and Liam. They all have warn pins on them, also.
We're down here in this mess.
They get in there and they look at this thing and it's. Let me see if it's still. Oh no! It breaks free of the fucking laughter. Right.
The spell lasts a minute.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it is broken out of the laughter, or it wore off, or whatever I'll say, and fucking I cuss a lot. Sorry about that. So it breaks out. The ward and clerics get in there, and it's trying to break his bonds. And it's doing a really bad job of trying. You tied it up really good. So one of the clerics starts speaking to it in whatever language the hags speak.
Sylvan?
Is it Sylvan? Yeah, he starts speaking in Sylvan. He says, "Where's your master? Where's the hag that created you? Can
I
you speak
fucking
it?"
understand this conversation. Hell yeah.
It's questioning him, and every time he doesn't kind of like do anything, he just kind of keeps trying to like eat or bite at any of them. You see the cleric has got like his he's got this mace, and you could I don't know if you ever seen I don't know if your character's ever seen a mace of disruption, but you can see that he's just like kind of like tapping him on his forehead whenever he doesn't answer it right.
Well, he can't speak.
I know, but he's doing his thing. But it's not stupid, so it can give like signals. He says, I'm gonna keep doing this until find your hag. He says, where is she at? And it's like shaking its head and shit. And he says, that's fine. He says, I have other ways of making you talk. And he goes through this. Finally, he goes and he he makes like this ball of like lightning, and he starts pushing it through the fucking Bannerhob's chest, and the Bannerhob just starts fucking losing his shit. So finally, it's like it starts shaking its head, yes, 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 like that and shit, and he says, all right, he says, untie its legs. We'll have him lead us to where she's at. And so they carefully bind its arms still, but they kind of take out the rope that's holding its legs, and it stands up. And at this point, it's all fucked up looking. It looks like it maybe has a few hit points left, but it's just still hoping that it'll be alive, I guess. And it moves over to the wall of the cellar, and you see it touch this spot with its head, and the wall pushes out or pushes in and slides open, and you see a passageway that was really well hidden, sitting there. He says, wow.
Well, I guess we have another spot of this house to investigate.
I'm gonna go back up to the room because I think I found something in the bed. If you guys want to follow this.
All right. Just be careful. They were vampires, but they were newly spawned, so just make sure there isn't anything else up there with you.
I'll do my best.
All right. So you get back up there, and get back onto the bed. You start clearing some of the feathers and stuff. You find the where the blood had soaked down in. I'm pretty sure that whoever had cleaned the bed had cleaned like the top layer with like prestidigitation or some shit like that. You're not really sure. So you start digging through the mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you start digging through the mattress. All right, and you feel soft. Feel the soft feathers and all that stuff. But then you come across something that's kind of hard. And as you feel around, it starts taking a shape, maybe like a humanoid shape. You get down a little bit further, and you find like an older looking like woman, but it looks like her body is just aged for a very long time, and it's inside of the mattress there.
That's gross.
Yeah, its eyes have. It doesn't have eyes. It just has kind of hollow sockets. And its legs and its arms are kind of bound in like wraps. Doesn't seem to be alive.
I take it off out of the bed and put it on the floor.
Okay, so you pull it out. Yeah, it's just laying there. It doesn't seem to move or anything like that. Just sitting there.
Can
Wound up.
I tell how it was killed?
Yeah.
Roll investigation. Actually, roll me history, capital, and investigation.
History of the capitals with proficiency.
Yeah, you have proficiency in it.
So 19 for history. And what was the other?
Investigation.
Investigation. $16.
All right. So you know that in the past, older generations have mummified past like family members and stuff. One of the older traditions was to place them in their own bed. It's kind of a weird tradition, but they would one of their last some of their last wish. It was a fad that came and went pretty quickly, but they would have them bury them in their bed because they love being in their bed so much. And so you're thinking that this body has probably been in here for a really long time, and somebody's been sleeping in this fucking mattress for a long time. So it's probably an heirloom. It looks pretty old, but it's fairly well kept. It's kind of morbid.
Well, that's gross.
Yeah. Anyways, it's got some jewels on its hands and stuff like that, but other than that, it's just a mummy or a mummified person.
Or go over the comms to Liam and Phil, be like, remind me to check every mattress I ever sleep on from now on. Disgusting. There was a mummified body in this mattress.
One of the clerics is like, that's different.
And then I start making my way down to the path.
All right. So you get in there.
Grossed out.
All right. So Liam and Phil. So Sergeant Pyre takes you guys. Well, him and two other clerics go through first. You see the light kind of flicker on. As you come through the doorway, you see that they've cast light on the torch tip. And the hall was kind of like a hallway or just like a tunnel. It stretches. You yourself can't see Liam unless you have dark vision, or did you have goggles?
No.
Okay, so you can see, the normal amount. Phil, I think you're a drow, right?
Drow, baby!
All right, so yeah, so you can see like 120 feet out. So you're looking down the hall, and it's still going as you guys are moving. Then finally you see where it turns to the right, ahead of you guys, or ahead of all of you, and whatnot. So get around the corner, and there's a iron-bound door sitting there. It's pretty heavy duty. So the clerics, they come over and they start working on the door, see if they can get it open. What are you guys gonna do?
Give them advantage. Actually, I don't know if I have that skill. Let me see. I can't remember. Ah, there we are. Nope, I don't have that skill. But I'm pretty damn good at most things.
I'll give them
I have a plus
guidance.
5. Absolutely, guidance is a good idea.
So Pyre inside just says, "I appreciate your help." He says, "But this will need to be done by somebody else. I don't have the skills to open this door. It's magically sealed." He says, "But we can send for one of the mages, have him come do it." I don't know if he's in town right now, so it might be a little while before he can show up. He says, said, "We'll stay here if you need to go back on out, or we'll at least let you know when we do get it open."
All right. We need to figure out what Kira found, anyways.
Do any of you have the ability to identify magical items?
No, I don't.
I was talking to the clerics.
Oh, yeah.
There's a mask and dagger back there that have magic coming off of them, necrotic magic, but
Says, "Okay."
You
He
have
starts.
that as a skill, but not good at it.
He starts ritual casting identify.
probably the mask first, since it's more heavily magical.
He says it's more magical, yeah. So the mask is called the Eyes of Shar, and what it does is, you can see in pure darkness, up to 120 feet. You can detect living beings
So normal vision,
within 60 feet.
normal vision,
Yeah,
normal vision at 120
Yeah.
feet.
And you can also see in the shadow realm, like around, like if there's shades or anything like that, you'd be able to see them,
Okay.
and you'd be able to speak with them too. the what else we had? We had a robe, right? The robe just gives a bonus to necromantic spells.
Oh, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna go up and see Kira.
Okay. And the dagger is just a +1 dagger with that deals an extra like D4 necrotic damage.
So, I guess I meet her halfway because she was coming down to us. And I'll say, "Oh, hi.
Hello.
Would
Are you good?
Locked door that we can't get into. Need to wait for a proper mage to look at it.
Okay. Do you want to see if you can come help me out with this dang room upstairs?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
It's weird. Besides, the person's being modified in it.
I'm sorry, you're gonna need to repeat that. Somebody's being what?
Said it was weird. Somebody buried their dead in there, and it was mummified in the bed.
The fuck? What is wrong with this house? I hope all the houses that were caught on fire during that day aren't all like this.
I hope not either. That's just gross.
Well, if anything, it's probably some sort of other undead creature. So, um, oh, let's go upstairs and let's see what we can see.
All right. And I show him the 4 holes in the bed by the post and stuff like that, and show him the weird things I saw. As soon as I find the right page.
So you guys come in, and the eyes of the mummy is open, and it's looking up at you guys.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I thought I was dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, weren't all of them.
Can you please stop using profanity?
Well, sorry, just kind of tired of fighting undead. Who are you?
I am Chips Jack.
I thought the Jack family only had 4 members.
They do. They are currently 3 of them are dead, and my great nephew is away on business, I believe.
How are you talking to us right now?
He says with my mouth. I have no idea. I was in the beyond, and now I'm talking to you for some reason.
Do you know what happened to your family?
No. I was not aware. I was not watching at that moment. So all of our ancestors watch for the house. We take
Are they all
turns.
buried here somewhere?
On the property?
But
Yeah.
not in any of the
Some of them.
mattresses?
He says, well, that was a fad. It didn't last long. It was quite funny to see people's faces, though, when that started coming around.
Not wearing the robes or the mask. um. So, who was watching the house at the time?
Oh, that would be my uncle Ragon. Ragon Jack.
Take it easy, guys. I'll see you later.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, dude. We've been going for a while, anyways, haven't we?
Close to 4 hours now. Though we started an hour late.
A little bit more dialogue, and we'll go ahead and call it for next time. So he's like, yeah, my uncle Ragon was on patrol at the time. We kind of tend to watch the family and make sure they don't.
Get completely burned in their sleep and turn into vampires?
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. He says, that little boy was our legacy. That was the last of the Jack line, besides their father. It says now our family name will die. More importantly, this is not the time for them to join us here. Sad.
Yeah. Do you know where Buttery Jack went?
Forgot that was his name.
He says, well, many, many, many years ago, my ancestors came across a ore mine, which gave us our fortune. And since then, we had sold it, but we had still retained kind of governing over it in a way. So he still works for that company that owns the mine. That mine is over where the kiln is, which I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but it's southwest Titaria. I mean, no, not Titaria. Where the hell are we? He says, I can't remember. Anyways, it's in the continent on the southwest corner where the dwarves have their volcano stronghold. He's down there. Apparently he had some business to do with the dwarves there. And he was going to be back. Last time I heard, he was supposed to be back in about half a month or so. He says, my time here is waning. I have not much time. You see, like, the eyes are, like, closing and kind of sort of, like, having a hard time keeping them open.
Did your family know about the cellar in the basement?
I didn't. He says, maybe some of the older family members did.
Where can we find them? Or they're dead now, probably.
Well, I'll see what I can do. He says, but we don't show our faces here. There's a tomb down there. That's what you're all waiting to get into. I have no recollection how to open it. but some of the older members are in there. Maybe some of them you can talk to, and I can give you an idea.
All right. Thanks for all the help. We'll try to get to the bottom of this.
Please do. I don't want my family name to be tarnished. And the body goes, the eyes drop, closed, and he's gone.
This is seriously a creepy house.
You're telling me. And creepy family.
And this is where we're gonna end it right here.
Okay.
You ever fucking have halfling children jumping at your face full of fangs? It's scary.
No, I can never say I have.
You have now. I was kind of hesitant to do the kids, but I couldn't keep that out. Hope that doesn't disturb you guys too much. Okay.
Why send one vampire when you can send 3 at the individual?
What was going through your head? Like, God damn it, Chapo. 3 fucking vampires? What are you trying to do? No.
That's a good thing for the police. We can call for help.
Good thing they didn't know they couldn't go in the sunlight. She would have fucked you up if you had stayed in there with her. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
No, vampire spawn are CR5.
I'm level 4, so 3 of them versus 1 of me is not okay.
Ah. Well, is any consolation? That really kind of constituted a fucking. Yeah. Yeah. But you guys really didn't combat either, but I'll think about it. I might level you guys up again. That was kind of way over, but I was kind of expecting the 3 of you to be at the morgue.
Oh no, why keep us all together? We like to separate the party.
We're cops. We're investigators. We're not adventurers. We don't hold hands.
You might. by the time
Phil
I'm done with
has
you guys,
anything to say.
you guys might.
Fucking Phil.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna stop the broadcast.
Bye, everyone. Or one.
Bye.